In this vlog, we are going to see the app-to-app navigation in between two iOS applications which are built on Flutter platform. So in our previous tutorial, we have seen the app-to-app navigation in between Android applications, and in this part of the tutorial, we are going to cover navigation in between two iOS applications. So I suggest you to watch this tutorial till the end and stay tuned to our channel for more interesting updates on Flutter. So the very first thing I'm going to do is like get started with the material.dart here, and in coming tutorial I'm going to create a template here so that every time we need not specify all this code, just we can specify the word and get the code printed onto our screen. So how that is possible, we are going to see in the next part of the tutorial. So stay subscribed to our channel, and here I'm going to create a stateless widget because I'm just going to have a button click and we are going to move to the next application. And before getting started with this particular tutorial, if you have not gone through our previous tutorials, I'm going to provide the links for these tutorials in the description section below, and I suggest you to watch these tutorials because you will get a basic knowledge on what we are dealing in the current tutorial. And also the very first thing you need to add here is that URL launcher. So this dependency you need to add to your project, and this particular dependency we are going to make use in our project here. So here you can see URL launcher dot. I'm going to import this. Yes, we have not still used it, but when we tap on the button making use of this particular URL launcher, we are going to navigate. And also, just like in our previous tutorial how we have seen the configuration for Android application, we are also going to configure our iOS application today in this blog, and I'm going to show you how the movement will be happen from the first application to the second application on the button click. So now let's try to finish off the basic coding here. Material app, and here I'm going to specify scaffold, and in the scaffold quickly we are going to create an app bar, and this particular app bar will have a title, and this title I'm going to specify like first app here. So this is with our app bar, and also you can add const here. And the next thing what we are going to specify is body here. So in the body section I am going to specify center so that our button will be in the center of the screen, and also I'm going to consider a text button, and this particular text button will have two parameters like on pressed, and the next thing is child, and the next thing is child. So using child here we are going to specify a text widget, click to move to next app, or we can just specify like second app, and also make this a constant. Okay, so that's it for the basic application what we have done here. And here when you tap on press, there needs to be some functionality to be executed, and this particular functionality I'm going to wrap in a function called open app. So here let's try to create this open app here. So create method open app. So I think you're clear till here, and this is all the basic programming till now we have done. And here the actual part of moving from one app to the another app will start here. So here first of all let us try to wrap this particular void with future here. So we are going to make some process here, and it's gonna take some time. So what is this process is like, we are going to launch a URL, and launching the URL, verifying it if it is null or not, and passing through that particular URL. So it takes some time. So we are going to make use of an asynchronous call here. Now let us try to specify the URL schema here. So this is a very important aspect. You need to specify the URL schema, and here I'm going to specify URL schema of my app like amplifyabhi, and you can just easily replace this particular text with your own URL schema, and also make sure that the URL schema is same on both the applications, like the application from where you are trying to move to the second app where you are trying to navigate, which you are trying to launch. So now the first thing is we want to check. So to check, we want to await. So we need to wait for some time, and also next try to launch the URL. So launch URL here will takes the parameter URL schema, but it should be of a type URI here. So here it should be of a type URI. So the best way you can achieve this is like URI and specify the schema here, and now parse here. So just specify parse here, and this will pass your string. This will pass your string value to the URI format here, and also we need to have also else block of code here. So if the URL is not null, then you need to go ahead and launch this particular URL, else you can just print a message like there is some issue, there is an error, please verify the URL. Okay, something, a print message here I'm going to specify just to make sure you understand. And also here k debug mode, I'm importing the foundation dot library here. So it's the best practice whenever you are trying to make use of a print statement to go through this particular process here. So that's it for the coding part here. What we have done here is like we have created a basic application, and also we have created an open app function here, and also we have specified that function in our button click here in on press. And the next major thing what we need to do is like we need to navigate to the iOS directory here. So in the starting, in the initial part of the tutorial I have said, right, we need to make some configurations on iOS level as well. So here in iOS directory we have a folder called runner here, and inside this folder we have got a info.plist file here. So we need to add the schema which we have added in our code. So this is our schema, and this particular schema which we need to specify here. And don't worry, I'm going to specify the code in the description section below, so you need not copy this particular code. I will try to provide the code in the link provided in the description section below. So this particular schema will help us to identify our application, and also helps us in navigating from one app to the another app. And yes, this is a mandatory step. You cannot skip this particular step to declare the schema in the info.plist file over here. So, and that's it for this first application. We have done the required configuration, and in our next tutorial we are going to create the second application, and we are going to configure the second application as well. And then we are going to navigate from the first app to the second app, and we are going to complete the app to app navigation in terms of iOS application based on Flutter platform. So this is it for this particular tutorial, and I hope you like this tutorial. If you like this tutorial, do like, share and subscribe to our channel for more interesting content on Flutter.